people, 5 minutes.
We practice, I don't know, so we'll try to do our best. So my name's Tammy Terwelp, I'm the president and CEO of KUNC in the Colorado Sound. Why collaboration is worth it. You kind of have to define what does that mean to you, and there's a lot of different scale to that. It could be a local, it could be regional, obviously you can collaborate nationally, things like that. And I think that it's really, really important because we all can't do everything. And I think that doesn't even matter if you have 100 journalists or 1 journalist, we still can't do everything. So collaborations, I think, are really important because they ultimately serve the audience, serve your readers, listeners, better, stronger, deeper, right? And that's why we all do what we do. So finding partners and having clear agreements with each other because you want to not break up with them is really a good way forward. We've got a few other examples of that as well.
My name is Richardson. I'm the executive director of Aspen Public Radio in Aspen, Colorado, serving the Roaring Fork Valley, and also serve as president of the Rocky Mountain Community Radio Network. To put 2 Roaring Fork Valley people back to back wasn't fair. So I have 2 explicit answers to this question that I hope will inspire you to think more about collaboration in your newsroom. The first is, quite frankly, reducing expense and facing the reality that you can't afford a full-time person, but you want to find a way to increase the content that your community is asking for. One example, I'm currently negotiating with a digital outlet in my community to co-build an expanded social justice desk that will employ a freelance reporter. Each of us will pay a contracted $2,000 a month for an outlined list of radio broadcast and long-form print deliverables. Aspen Public Radio will gain newscast content, one of the hardest things for us to gain. Features are so much easier for us to acquire. So we'll gain newscast content multiple days a week, plus web content weekly, and a piece of enterprising journalism each month, all of which will increase the number of local newscast, radio feature, and digital stories we provide to our audience at the cost of a full-time reporter, but still generating a meaningful amount of weekly and monthly content. By collaborating on the production process, generating a radio story and a print story from the same body of work, and sharing the costs, we have created a sustainable position at a reasonable wage that still allows for additional contract work for this person by project, a request of the reporter. In our mountain resort community where the cost of living and housing are major issues for employers. Before I turn it to Larry, I have a second reason for you to consider overcoming the barriers that are very real to pursuing collaboration. And it's expanding the reach of your reporting while providing your audience with news coverage that includes more regional perspective. So an example here is, as a mission-driven nonprofit public radio station, Aspen Public Radio shares our best work at no cost to our fellow member stations in the Rocky Mountain Community Radio Network. Assets are posted to a Slack channel, making them available to news directors and radio producers in the coalition who might want to air it in their local programming and share with digital audiences through their websites. It's also considered by our shared managing editor, which the 20 stations in the Rocky Mountain Community Radio Station Coalition collectively employ for production in a regional roundup radio program, a 30-minute module that she produces twice a month to bring news content to our music stations that don't have newscast infrastructure. In the last few weeks alone, Aspen Public Radio's team has had stories air in Durango, Cortez, Ignacio, Crested Butte, Moab, and Greeley. That's based on the carriage report that our managing editor produces each week, so I can say things like that on a stage like this. At no additional cost to our station, and we've received so many phenomenal newscast stories and web posts from stations in these communities to enrich the regional reporting our listeners receive.
I'm Larry Rykman, editor and co-founder of the Colorado Sun. I feel like we got the easy assignment here on why we should collaborate. I mean, I'm old enough to remember a time when I was a young AP reporter, and I had to race my UPI competitor to the one payphone on the floor of the courthouse to report a national story. Journalists are competitive people. We love to get scoops. We love to be first. We love to be exclusive. But the why? Why should we collaborate? Because we need each other. We need each other. Colorado needs us. We're stronger together when we collaborate. You just heard some excellent examples. I can cite some examples at the Colorado Sun. Some of our most impactful reporting has been done in cooperation, collaboration with fellow news organizations. We helped change laws. One of our projects with KUSA on foster kids helped change some laws. So we're really proud to be able to collaborate. And as I said, the why is that we're stronger together. Once upon a time, the Denver Post had 300 plus journalists. A few blocks away, the Rocky Mountain News had 300 plus journalists. They had bureaus all across the states. They even had international bureaus in some cases. Today it's a much different environment. And even at 300 people, the editor of the Denver Post or the Rocky Mountain News would have told me they needed more. We just need more reporters. But today we really do feel the challenge of covering our communities and our state alone. We're stronger together. So to me, the why is we got the easy assignment here today. So thank you.
It's great. We three collaborate a lot, and so this is kind of a slam dunk. So I think it can be, one thing to just caution is it can be easy to get collecting collaborations because they work, and then you'll do another one, and then you'll do another one and another one. And so you just really want to, it's fun to work with each other, right? I mean, we each can provide something different to the audience, but that's my only caution, is to just be very purposeful, follow your strategic plan, and hopefully your reporters will enjoy it a lot too. And one of the other things that's great is my reporters learn from these guys' reporters, from work we do with NPR and things like that. So it's, you're just opening up many more ideas and experiences that your reporters can be exposed to as you all kind of work together to serve the public. That's the bottom line, is to serve the public.